Productivity is something that everyone wants to achieve. Everyone wants at the end of the day to be like, today I was very productive. How do we achieve that? What's up, good people? Thank you so much for tuning in and thank you for being here. On this channel, we are all about growth and personal development. And today we are looking at productivity, and we want just to see the guide that or techniques that would lead us to being productive. If you have been watching this channel for some time, there's a video we did on productivity, and we looked at different ways that people perceive productivity, and we were able to see that people think that they are productive when they have tons and tons of things to do. When you have a million of things or you are buried under work, you think you are being productive. We were able to actually realize that productivity is a measure of quality work that you give within a period of time. And today I want us to just look at two techniques that would lead us to achieving maximum productivity in our lives. We all know that time is everything, and being productive is being able to account for the time you have. So these two techniques that we are talking about today are based around time management, and the first one is time blocking. In one of the videos that we did, we say that work expands to fit the time that you allocate it. For example, you have purpose to do a research for a YouTube video. Probably it could take 20 minutes or 1 hour, but you have not decided that, or you've not blocked a particular amount of time to do that. So what will happen is you can do that research even for a whole day. The work just keeps expanding as long as you've not set a specific amount of time that you would want to achieve that. It will just keep expanding. It could even take a whole day. Who is to say? Because you've not really allocated time for it. So time blocking is basically just deciding this is the amount of time I have. I have 2 hours to do this. And with time blocking, you get to focus on something for the time you've given yourself, and avoid distractions, and you're able to do so much with time blocking. When you block time, it means you are subdividing your day into different sections that you would want to do different things. There are various ways to do time blocking. The first one that is quite common is putting your tasks in one place. For example, you want to do something around organizing the house. So organizing could be in different places of your house, probably the living area, the washroom, the kitchen. So organizing will put all those separate things that you're doing under this particular time block. Maybe it's 2 hours. The other way to do time blocking is something we call having a theme. For instance, you could say on Wednesdays, I do what? I clean my shoes, something like that. So you've set your mind and you've blocked your a section of the day for Wednesday, like every Wednesday of the week. This is what I do. So nothing else can take the place of that particular activity. So that is what we call time blocking. In our current day and age, I would say time blocking is very important, and it has so many advantages to us. The first one being it gives you the ability to focus on deep work rather than shallow work. And this is what I mean. If you have set your mind to do something for like 2 hours, it means strictly there's nothing you can do outside of that activity that is scheduled for these 2 hours. So it helps you, it creates that resilience and that that muscle for focus. You know how nowadays we are so distracted, our attention span has really reduced. If I use the videos, the reels, the TikTok videos, they are too short, and your attention is like focused. Your attention is like 2 minutes, and once those 2 minutes are over, you just want to move to something else. Yeah, and that is how our minds are getting programmed nowadays. When you do time blocking, it helps you create that resilience, and it helps you to focus on deep work. Yeah, and eliminates the possibility of doing things very shallowly. The other advantage to this is that it helps you see how you're spending your time and really how much time you'd need for specific tasks. If you had set your mind to write notes for like an hour, I don't know what notes you're writing, what topic it is, but if you're writing notes for something, maybe for an hour, you're able to gauge yourself actually and just see, I had set this amount of time, but it would take even lesser time to complete. So you're able to see how much time you allocate, and you are able to account for the time that you have used for an activity. So now next time it becomes easier to do your planning. So when you know next time you're writing notes, you won't have to take the 1 hour that you had put previously. The other technique that we can use to ensure maximum productivity is using timers. My God, this is something that is in our phones, but we don't use it as often. But you will realize that once you start using it, it becomes really effective, because it helps you to stay focused. It also cultivates that habit of being focused on something until you are done with your tasks. It's actually like a follow-up of the time blocking that we just talked about. Once you have blocked 2 hours to do something, then you need to put a timer, so that you can just focus on that something for that amount of time. And there are so many distractions, and I think timers help us to keep away from distractions. You know how you can be doing something very serious, and then your phone is just there, and you are tempted to go on the social media and just scroll and look at videos and pictures. When you put a timer, it actually cultivates discipline in you, and you know that I can't use my phone until this time is over. There are so many advantages of using the timer. Once you use the timer and the time blocking, you are able to discipline yourself enough to stay focused and to increase your attention span. You're able to do something within a longer period of time than it would have taken you if you are distracted, if there's so many things. And there's something we talked about earlier in this video starting, that work expands to fit the time you allocate it. So if you are not blocking your time and using timers to do things, let me tell you, you'll keep doing something and working on an activity for even days, something that would have taken you even a shorter period of time to get done with. So just consider these two things, and yeah, I know you'll see results out of it. But the caveat to using timers is that you have to allocate even, or rather be accountable for those few minutes that you would use in the washroom. If you've set 1 hour to do a task, and in between there are water breaks, or you've gone to the washroom for like 5 minutes, it's always good to stop or pause, and then when you are back you can resume from there, because then it would beat the logic of having a timer if half of the time you're spending moving up and down and the timer is still running. So you've not helped yourself at the end of the day, right? We've come to the end of our video, guys. Thank you so much for staying tuned this far. I hope you've learned something, and please consider subscribing and sharing widely so that it can reach many people who would also relate to this kind of content. Thank you, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.